Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dollar Squealing Tactics. Now, in this video, it's going to be fun time. Happy fun time. One of the things I had hoped when we saw Doralee come into the game was that she would slot in perfectly into Crimson Abyss. Up till this point, we were running Muka prior to the tank buff, which allowed tanks to count as 3 units. You could still beat it, stage 15 with Muka. A lot of people were running Leo up to a point, a lot of people were running Nord up to a point, and then if you had an X30 Wamagon, he was actually the ideal candidate for 14 and 15 because 1, he counted as 3 units, 2, he could survive because he had his self-heal, and 3, he actually did a decent amount of damage. Now bring in Doralee. So Doralee, the summon counts as 3 units, Doralee counts as 1, so you're getting 4 units. And Doralee brings all the support aspects to a summoner team. She buffs up the damage. What else does she do? She gives damage reduction she gives damage reduction to energy skills, so I'm not sure that's going to work here, but she brings a shield to another summoner, and she just brings a lot of good stuff. So I slotted her in to my main team. And as you see here, I was able to clear stage 15 before in the past, but it was like, it was chaotic. I had to play it on manual. You had to control Anpu's AoEs to keep his ads up on the field for the blowback phase, because you needed to maintain 12 ads to not get blown back off the cliff. It was a pain, so I wasn't really running it. I was just running 14 on auto and going on with my day. Now comes Doralee. So we slot her in here. This is pre-recorded footage. So there are some caveats, though. I do have a maxed ruler's ring. So you see there is no healer on this team. I had originally run it with Mazrani and cleared it the first try. But then I thought, do I really need Mazrani? If you don't have a really high level ruler's ring, you're probably still going to need Mazrani. I'm counting on this as my healer, but having this, I was able to slot in Kalaza as another damage dealer, and I blew my time out of the water. So keep in mind that I do have a max ruler's ring. I do have a high level dominant nucleus, a level 5, as you see right there. And then on my commanders, I just have, this is my PvP, +2 alt Dan, +1 all skills Anpu, but a whole lot of attack buffs. Also, a caveat, Daniel is X30 120, Anpu is X30 120. Both Daniel and Anpu are immortal +5. Doralee is X30 as well. She is summit level 88 for this video. Kalaza, immortal +5, summit level, I think he was around 50. But my Sorvali is just immortal +1, X20. And here's the fight. Now, you see, Doralee actually does some decent damage. She's not going to be anywhere near Anpu and Dan territory, but she's going to do, I'd have to look back to see if she does more damage than Wamagon. Here, let me turn this down. There, we don't need all those sound effects. There we go. I don't know if she does more damage than Wamagon, but she's keeping up with Dan at this point. You can see right there. And she's actually, yeah, she's doing okay. This fight, though, is still all Anpu. So here we go to the first blowback phase. Let's see how we do. So we got 14, 15, 12. Didn't get touched. So first blowback phase, a success on auto. No worries. And you see, we are chunking through this guy's health pool. He's already down to 70% after the first blowback phase and the first bridge crush. And Doralee is tanking. Like, she's a really, really good tank. Or I should say, Doragon is a really good tank. Like, that bite didn't take a whole lot off of Doragon's health. You see, again, second blowback phase, we got down to 11. So some of the ads died, but still, barely an inconvenience. It barely touched us back. So without a healer, you see Dan is pretty unhealthy, and Anpu is pretty unhealthy. But remember, with Ruler's Ring, every time one of their summons die, they heal themselves. Plus, we do have Sorvali also bringing some healing. So they will get back up to full health by the time he does his next slam, which is when he's going to deal the most damage. And here we go. We got another blowback phase right now. We got 13. Oh, Ampu just screwed us up, but we got 12, 8. Oh, see, Ampu. There's where Ampu screws us up. Had it not been Durali, probably would have lost some people off the bridge. But because Durali and Doragon count as 4, we got one more, right? Because if it was Wamagon, we would only had 3. Let's check out the damage meter again. Like, not bad. Like, Durali is doing more damage than a very, very beefy Kalaza, which is very surprising. Idle, you see that? Kalaza, bottom of the damage chart for the damage dealers. And there's was that a blowback phase? I think it was, and we survived that, no problem. Like, I will sing some praises to Durali here. Like, she is, or I should say Doragon, is just a monster tank. A monster tank. I've been really impressed with how tanky she was. I'm so glad she wasn't squishy, because then her viability overall would have just been a lot lower for all modes of content. And there we go, done. 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Not quite the timer. This is the last time. I ran this quite a bit this morning. You see my best time's 2:40. Still nowhere close to getting the limited tickets. But eventually we'll get another summoner that helps us out. I tried putting Skewer and Hattie in for Kalaza, but she would just die when Hattie died to the slams. Kalaza, Senway only has one summon, whereas at points Kalaza can have a bunch, even though they die really quickly. But Kalaza lives through the slam phase. So there we go. I am now autoing. I went from barely being able to pass stage 15 on manual every 10 to 15th attempt to just autoing it without having to look. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this. And I know this is high level. The vast majority of you are not going to have a maxed out Ruler's Ring. In that case, slot in Mazrani. Again, the first time that I did attempt this was with Mazrani in there. It was no problem. Just know that with Mazrani in there, you're going to have even less summons on the field. You're only going to count as 1, whereas Kalaza can count as, you know, at least 1 to 3, right? Depending on how many ads are up at any given time. So, hope you enjoyed that. Word of the day is turtle, because Urvalepi looks like a really angry snapping turtle. And I'll catch you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers, peace, bye-bye.